let's get on with today's Let's Get Real video. We're going to be talking about why we don't respond to comments anymore. In the beginning, years back, we used to respond to everything and people liked that, but now we've slowed down a lot and it's caused a lot of questions.
One, it is so time consuming to respond to everybody. You can spend all day responding to comments because then that comment would then get an answer that needed responding to, and you have to be watching it constantly. When you get negative comments, even if it's 1 in 10 comments was negative, that's the one that you're going to hang on to. It's quite demoralising to us reading it every day. Again, if you're putting a video up every day, it can turn into an unhealthy thing to do, especially for your mental state.
I've had some people close to us say, why don't you respond to the comments? Why don't you just, answer this one particular question? But the fact of the matter is, when it's not written about you, it's easy to say that. But when you are on the blunt end of it, it is so much harder to stay calm and respond formally.
Yeah.
So it can lead to arguments. It doesn't look professional if you argue with people on YouTube, and you're just fueling ammunition for certain people who are on there just to get a reaction out of you.
I always remember the first experience that we had of internet trolling and haters when we first moved to Thailand, and we had one of our original 8 Miles videos get quite popular. We put it onto Thai Visa and it was promoted on that website, and we could not believe some of the comments that were coming through, and it was such a shock to us because we'd never had anything like that before. And honestly, I didn't know what to do. Like, we were both upset to see people writing horrible things about us on a positive video, and then it went on. It wasn't about the video anymore, it was about us. They didn't like us. They don't know us. How could they say that? It was very confusing.
What was funny about that, I spent an entire 2 days on a forum responding to people trying to tell the truth, saying, how can you don't know us though, and all this. And it was, at the end of the day, a huge waste of time. I never met any of these people. They never gave any benefit to my life in any way. They just drained my energy, and we didn't make another video for probably a month and a half after that, because we were so hurt by the things that people were saying and the lies that people were spinning about us that were just purely made up.
It was our first taster of it, and we didn't know what to do, really. So we did take it very, very personally, which is why we didn't make another video for a while, like Jay just said. It affects you in ways you wouldn't think.
An interesting way to put it is, how often does somebody come and say something negative to your face? It's very rare that somebody has the courage to come up to you and say something really negative. And if they did, they are going to get a response directly from you, which could be an unknown factor. They don't know how you're going to react. So most people would not do that in person. But online, with the mask of the internet, people can say whatever they want.
80-90% of the time, things that are said are not true. They are so far off the mark, it's laughable. But you can't
forget it.
You can't forget it, and also you can't prove it. Like, if you set out, I'm going to prove the people wrong, because what does it matter? It does not matter at all what some random man thinks about you. Or even if it is a man, you don't know. It could be anybody, and we've come to realise there are people that make this their hobby. This is what they do. They watch YouTube videos all day and they just pick at things. And to me, I don't get it. I don't know why you would want to set out to make people feel crap about themselves, or to put negative comments out there and just be a negative influence. I don't get it at all.
What we've learned from this, though, in general, is that, okay, we are putting our life publicly on YouTube. It is going to get reaction. It is going to get trolling. We've accepted all that now. But responding to comments makes us unproductive. It makes us feel like we don't want to put more videos online. To put a video up every day and to try and please every single person that is writing to you on there is impossible, especially if you're trying to keep it as realistic as possible. If you're trying to film what happens in day-to-day life, but somebody's telling you that it's boring, somebody's telling you that you're stupid, even if you can justify it in a million different ways, you will go to sleep that night or not go to sleep that night thinking, how can I rectify this tomorrow? How can I not make it boring? In your mind, it changes the way that you produce, it changes the way that you tell your story, and I don't like that. I think it's much better for us to feel creatively free, and for the people that enjoy it to watch it, and the ones that don't enjoy it, they can say what they want, but I won't see it.
It would affect, and it does affect, and it has affected the way that we film videos. If we've let comments get to us, the next day we would be more closed, or we would plan it out more. We'd script it. We'd be like, oh no, we can't say that.
Yeah, just
Let's
in
delete
case.
that clip. Someone might not like it. Let's do it again. And then it turns into a, oh, well, this isn't real anymore. So then we just turn the camera off and, oh, I don't want to vlog today.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
Yeah. Another major reason why I specifically stopped responding to comments quite a lot is because we set up a Patreon account. And when we did that, we wanted the people that were pledging money to us to feel like they had a VIP experience. So we started offering to certain patrons a VIP response service where I would answer any question about anything that we knew through our experience. We're not experts on everything, but there are certain things that we've gone through that they need to know. If I was responding to everybody in the comments, which I was, and then the patrons were saying, you know, what am I getting that they're not, is something that I actively check all the time. And if somebody has asked me something that I don't know the answer to, I wouldn't just say, sorry, I don't know. I tell them what I do know about that subject, and I'll try and point them in the directions of people that might know more about it. So it was a decision that we made as well, that we thought it would make the patrons more VIP. And I think it is a good thing to do that, Paige.
We've talked a lot about all the negative comments, and that's the main reason why we don't respond, is because of all the negativity. But also positivity. If you have too much positivity, that can affect you as well, but in a different way. If we didn't have any negative comments and it was all positive, every day you were having people praising you and loving you, and you know, that's not healthy as well. Like, you need a balance, but at the same time, it could go either way.
It can boost your ego so high that you think you can't do any wrong. You'll think that your work is the best work ever. You'll think that you never ever need to make any changes. You won't take criticism. And also, you'll respond worse to negative comments if you get too much positivity too. So I think like one thing that's important to say is that the positivity is amazing. It does make you feel really good. But it's kind of like a drug. If you get too much of it, it could go the wrong way. So we try and stay grounded, even with the positivity as well, because either could affect you. So to clarify this subject, we don't actively read the comments in the YouTube videos every day anymore, but we know that our family and friends and our loyal subscribers that watch every day, they do read them every day and they respond to the comments in there, and we get feedback from those comments. We appreciate that. I think it is great that there is a community of people that are talking about what we're doing. They're sometimes defending us because they know more about what we've been doing for the last 5-6 years than new people that come in and make judgments. And we do hear about these things from the people that do read them. But it's very difficult for us personally to read content about ourselves every day. If you were to do this publicly every day, you would know why as well. So that's why we thought it was a good idea to explain how we keep this channel going and how we keep our minds on track and we keep these videos realistic. It would be very difficult to do that if we were to read everything that was written about us every single day. So if you are looking for the best way to contact us from now on and you want to be guaranteed that we're going to see your message, definitely in order, Patreon is number one. We always respond on Patreon to our patrons. Going down the list, it would be Instagram next.
Yep, we're both quite active on both of our Instagram accounts. There's a much smaller community of people on my and Jay's Instagram accounts, so it's easier to manage, and my Instagram account is 8 miles from home.
I am also on Twitter. I always read my tweets every day, so if you want to talk directly to me, you can tweet me on Twitter. And then the best way to get to both of us, if you want to say something a little bit more, in depth, is via email, 8milesfromhome@gmail.com.
Yeah.
We can't guarantee, again, to respond to any of this, but those are the best ways for us to actually see your messages, and you're more likely to get a response from us than if you were to comment in the YouTube comments.
Yeah, and you get more personal interaction as well, rather than just a random comment that might get missed in the pool of comments on YouTube.
So that's basically how we're managing our social media at the moment. If you need information from us to know the way to get in contact, the best ways.
There are other avenues. And your Instagram account as well.
Tiny moments everywhere.
Okay, well that's it for now. That's the end of this Let's Get Real video, and hope you found it interesting. And we will see you on the next vlog. Bye.
Look at that resty puppy. You didn't play much of a role in this video, did you? Just made a quick appearance. Back to your favourite spot. Good girl.